Yo, what's good, you guys? It's Boomer and Gerald watching Bally Star. Today, we're getting into why Drake just dissed Kendrick Lamar again. Man, Drake is just about to go back into his sneak dissing self, man. Like, he knows he can't come direct, so he's got to come indirect. Like, I saw his recent IG story saying, like, ghosts don't put up with one-trick ponies. Really, nigga? Like, one-trick pony? You saw the different ways Kendrick came at you, bro? I mean, if you really want to call someone a one-trick pony, let's get straight on into it. Let's go. I also saw, like, videos about Drake at this Houston party, you know what I'm saying, same one that Kodak Black had went to apparently, and you know what I'm saying, like, people saying that, like, oh, Drake outside, Kendrick, oh, what, he going to college graduation ceremonies, giving speeches, like, Drake the GOAT, like, you know, he really be outside, Kendrick still not even outside like that. I'm like, bro, you heard the dude during his diss tracks, he said he like peace. He don't like being in the limelight like that. Drake goes out knowing the camera is going to be on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude obviously just, like, you know, he just be about that. You feel me? And the fact that y'all allude that to being, like, one of the greatest or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's outside at almost, like, 40, still partying. And people call that, like, oh, that's like some GOAT status shit. Like, y'all niggas need help. Y'all niggas need help. What, do y'all aspire to be like him when y'all near 40? If y'all make it to 40, like, do you aspire to be out going to Houston parties and stuff, man? Is that inspiring to you? Little jits, bruh.
This public meltdown that has been going on from Drake ever since the aftermath of the
Kendrick beef
has only been getting worse and worse with each passing moment that we're watching the dust settle and see how Drake is coping with the entire situation. And while embarrassing songs like Drake's Hey There Delilah parody were painstaking enough, for Drake, he isn't just trying to gain some sort of ground back in the rap game right now by releasing more music and trying to win over any sort of goodwill he can from people, but also in this very moment, Drake just came out and straight up dissed Kendrick Lamar again, but not musically this time, but with an Instagram post which shows off Drake at what looks like his son Adonis' soccer game, but beyond Drake just using these photos in an attempt to reverse the damage of the narratives that Kendrick tried to get across on his diss tracks. He also captioned the post, "Goats don't worry about one-trick ponies," and this is what has everyone talking right now, because considering everything going on, this is without a doubt a direct shot at Kendrick. And first off, the fact that this caption is written better than any of the quotables on some of Drake's actual diss tracks like The Hard Part 6 is absolutely hilarious.
That in a rap,
and overall, just by playing the caption in game right now, it only makes Kendrick's disses once again look stronger and stronger, as they are only being further validated as we sit with them longer and just watch them spiral out of control and do everything that he said. When we look at Drake's first full-on attempt since The Hard Part 6 at trying to poke Kendrick Lamar and see what the asterisks he's trying to throw on this L now to make it look better is, it all really just gets more telling of the absolute state of delusion that Drake is stuck within, but in some ways, we have to give him some credit, because where Drake's attempts at saving his name and image with his two most
you know, his fans wouldn't be stuck in delusion if he wasn't, you know? They had to get inspired off of somebody to be stuck in that Delulu land.
And features he has done have only backfired. What he's doing here is at least accomplishing something for him, I guess, because it has sparked a discussion around Drake and Kendrick that is making people question Lamar in some shape, and that's also helping Drake fans cope and imagine that in actuality he is the winner of this feud. And this is because in the post,
they're not even
Drake
breathing
is
air
still
anymore. They're breathing
the
copium, bro.
He is above Kendrick by first off
calling himself a
goat, but much more substantially, Drake says that goats don't worry about one-trick ponies, and again, Somehow, Drake's caption has better writing than whatever the absolute messes of everything he has given us since Family Matters has been, because this has a double meaning, as Drake isn't just saying this phrase to describe Kendrick, but he's referring to a classic film, which, interesting enough, just as he referenced the Whitney Houston movie Bodyguard in Push-Ups with a bar that he sure does regret and ended up becoming the basis for how personal Kendrick Lamar took everything, as he flat out stated on Meet the Grams. Here he is referring to the 1980 film One Trick Pony, and if you didn't think that this was intentional from Drake, between the fact that this film stars another musician in Paul Simon, which between Drake name-dropping 2 films starring very popular artists from decades past, definitely is some sort of trend or just thread he's trying to weave and keep up, but more eye-opening, and what confirms that Drake is just trying to re-aggravate Kendrick in some shape or form here. The actual film One Trick Pony follows a story that, in Drake's mind, aligns with everything he has been trying to paint across about Kendrick throughout his diss tracks, as just reading what the synopsis of this film is. We can see exactly what Drake was doing with this caption, as it says, Jonah is an aging rock star trying to put together a new album in the face of an indifferent record label and a talentless producer. At the same time, he is struggling to save his marriage, and I won't lie, this is clever on Drake's end, but at the same time, I think this is showing us that while it may seem like Drake may be trying to start a round 2 with Kendrick by once again dissing him to his millions of followers, I think what we will find out soon, and what's actually going on, is that Drake is now implementing a new strategy to save his career that isn't actually trying to put him within a musical duel with Kendrick again, as we all know how bad that went, but it's trying to get ahead of the even further damage control that is going to need to be done when Kendrick Lamar's Pop Out and Friends concert goes down in LA very soon, and when the rollout for his teased and highly anticipated album begins, because Drake knows at this point, any success Kendrick Lamar sees, whether the music is about him or not, is only going to hurt his reputation, as we will see Kendrick get more and more praise, and prove that his claims about there being no Big Three become perceived as fact by more and more people when it comes to MCs that offer the complete artistic package just beyond the optics of hype, streams, and sales. Drake has at least realized that he's going to have to get a lot more tactical to walk out of what is pretty much going to be wave 2 of negativity towards him in any sort of position of strength, and he is doing this now by beginning to weave together a narrative around Kendrick, which is trying to diminish his success and legitimacy as an artist, as he is painting him out to be a lost individual whose career is no longer in the state of success that it once was, and now he is on the search to regain any sort of relevance as his personal life falls apart. And while Drake trying to push across this narrative to his fans that are willing to believe just about anything he says, that Kendrick is a one-trick pony because he can only gain relevance from mentioning Drake's name, and that his music is also one-dimensional, just like a lot of the things Drake has done, when you really consider what these claims are stating and see how they hold up to Kendrick. Anybody will see that from the 5 tracks Kendrick released throughout this feud alone, there's never been this amount of artistic range being shown at once, as from a Metro Boomin club banger to a gritty Alchemist beat to a DJ Mustard loop that channels everything his greatness and the West Coast stands for. Kendrick showed that he really is the ultimate MC, as he can plug his abilities into every corner of the rap world and beyond this. While this has started a debate already where Drake stands are arguing that because Drake can sing and hop onto so many different waves of music, he is more versatile, I think it is important to remember that versatility isn't just about how many different styles of music you can dip your feet into, but that it's also about the range of music you can operate in at a high level. And when you compare this, and you see how Drake gets criticized for riding trends and copying musical styles with no creativity whatsoever, and see how Kendrick is able to bend himself and his abilities into songs as popular as Travis Scott's Goosebumps, but also as gritty and abstract as Danny Brown's Really Dough off the experimental hip-hop masterpiece Atrocity Exhibition. Don't get me wrong, Drake's versatility is incredible for what it is, but it is easy to lose sight of how shallow it gets beyond just hopping on a trend or dipping his toes into something, as opposed to Kendrick, who can go all in on anything and be his best self, from decade-defining hits to the most intense of deep cuts. So to bring this full circle and see how while Drake is trying to prepare for the sea of attacks that are going to come right back at him as Kendrick Lamar kicks into gear what is up next for his rap career, despite the tactics of this move being smart, as he is trying to create a safety net for him and begin to redirect how people perceive Kendrick's victory and his abilities as an MC. And as a result, is trying to plant a seed that will end up making Kendrick Lamar's upcoming album look desperate and that it needed Drake to succeed. Outside of his fan base, who has shown that they will twist anything out there to cope with the reality of what has been an all-time low year for Drake. Is any of this enough to really sway the public opinion about Drake right now and make people discredit Kendrick Lamar? Because while Drake has been trying to build this narrative already that Kendrick is so desperate and hungry for attention, and then he's using this beef for promotion, people have already rejected this idea, and as Drake continues to stay outside and at the end of the day, beyond the layers of this social media post, which is already pathetic to just do all of this when considering this is a rap beef and people want to see everything settled with a microphone. At the end of the day, all of this is only making him look worse as it's proving everything Kendrick said to be true. What does this man not understand? So all in all, if you are Drake, please go into hiding for a while, let this pass, and try to come back stronger, because with these clownish antics that are showing him to be not over this beef one bit, and that are still trying to change...
Or just go ahead and hide in plain sight, you know what I'm saying? Keep going to your parties and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just do what you do. Just do what you do. Because it's like, once you put certain captions to it, it's like...
score that has already been written in the books. He's only going to destroy every single thing that he stands for, so let me know. What do you think about the newest moment and what I'm going to call the never-ending downfall of Drake? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you want to see what...
Nah. Drake, you're just funny at this point, bro. Dude's a comedian. Y'all let me know your thoughts about down in the comment section down below. It's Boomer. You're watching Boy Star. Leave a like, support the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. 100. Oh!
Yeah.